have you back. A few things came up yesterday, and I didn't know how to reach you. Anyway, Neil Blake is due here at 9.
What for?
To turn over your share of your father's estate. It should be quite an impressive ceremony.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, he called yesterday. Apparently, there won't be any problems as long as his snowmobile is working.
What?
His snowmobile. Alan, we had a lot of snow last night. Traffic problems, you know. It's a little joke.
Yes.
Hope Bauer called yesterday, too. She seemed very anxious to reach you. She said she was going to try to get you at home.
Fine. Look, will you get a hold of Neil Blake on the phone and ask him if he can come in next week? I'm not going to be able to see him this morning.
You want me to cancel that appointment?
Yes.
I'll try to reach him.
Hello?
Hope, I'm sorry I didn't call sooner.
Alan, I tried to call you all day yesterday. Where were you?
Look, I want to see you. Can I come over?
Of course. I want to see you, too.
What's the matter?
I've just been... Alan, I have to talk to you.
You told your father about us?
Yes, I told him we were going to be married. He said some things. Alan, I know they're not true, but...
Look, I've got a couple of things I have to clear away here, and I don't know how conditions are on the roads with the snow and all of that, but I'll be there as soon as I can, and we'll talk.
Okay. Alan, I love you.
I love you, too. I'll be there in about an hour.
Bye.
So what have you heard, Doctor?
Well, we got the judge's order for the exhumation late yesterday. I was told they'd brought to gravesite this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go out there myself. Are you going to be doing the actual autopsy yourself?
I'll be in charge, yeah. I've reviewed Thorpe's medical records. He certainly sustained some serious wounds.
Well, yeah, but the reports at Cedar said his condition was improving when they moved him down to Puerto Rico.
Now, why the hell did they do that? I mean, why take a man out of a hospital like Cedars and move him to a clinic out of the country?
Well, I don't know. Well, apparently he wanted it that way, and Alan Spaulding made the arrangements.
Yeah. Why the sealed coffin, then?
Well, that's a very good question.
Well, frankly, I doubt if we're going to find anything. I mean, if somebody did kill Thorpe in that clinic, there's a lot of ways to do it without proof. And he's been in the ground for a long time now. That doesn't make detection any easier.
Yeah. But isn't it possible to rule out the gunshots as the actual cause, without finding the actual cause?
There's no way to answer that before the autopsy. In a case like this, where there are questions, that autopsy should have been done right away.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I'll let you know as soon as the body gets here. I'll get right to it.
Good. Thank you, Dr. Clark.
Bye-bye.
They suspect something. They're keeping her home from school. I can't trust Alan. He'll try to stop me. I've got to get Chrissy on the plane out of here today.
Guiding light. This portion is presented by Gain. Great cleaning and a really fresh smell. That's the Gain Clean. And by Zest, the deodorant bar that leaves no sticky soap film, so you feel really clean.
And the judge ruled on Mike's petition yesterday and approved of the exhumation.
Well, when will the autopsy be?
Today.
I don't know how long the tests are going to take.
I'm sorry this must be so painful for you.
Look, Holly, if it'll help you in any way, I'm glad it's being done. And if we can find out something new about Roger's death, then I want to know about it.
Well, I appreciate what Mike has done, but frankly, I don't see what this is going to do.
But you can't tell. I mean, they may come up with some sort of new evidence.
No, but we know why he died.
Mike told me that Dr. Quinn's willing to testify in your defense.
Yes.
I'm glad you went through with it, Holly.
Yes, so am I. Even if I don't get a new trial, at least I know why it happened. My memory from the time he attacked me got all confused with what happened when they were fighting.
I know.
You have been so understanding through all of this. And I know you've never stopped loving Roger.
Holly, look, I just don't want you to suffer anymore. I want you to be home with Christina.
And it's going to happen, too.
Does Christina know about your marriage plans? Or?
Yes, she's very happy about it.
Oh, yes. Christina and I have always got along very well.
Mm-hmm. She's going to be the flower girl.
Well, what about in the meantime? Will she stay with Ed?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen, but Mother's staying there now to help out.
Oh, that reminds me. Rita was at the hospital yesterday.
She's back?
Yeah.
You talked to her?
No, I didn't get a chance to see her, but someone said that she's come back to work there.
I talked to her. She has an apartment. Apparently, she and Ed have decided to separate, even though she is pregnant.
She's pregnant?
I didn't know that.
I can't believe it.
You mean that she'd have the baby, even though they decided to separate?
Yes, and that she wants to have children at all. I didn't think she did. I mean, she never got on with Chris. Of course, it's different if it's your own. Does Mom know about that?
I imagine Ed told her.
Wait, why didn't Mom come today? We were going to discuss Christmas presents.
Oh, well, you can talk to me about presents. I'm in charge of Christina's presents this year.
Okay. I'm surprised she didn't come, though. She was all excited about it. What is it?
Well, it's just something that we were going to mention.
She's sick? Something wrong?
No, it's nothing for you to worry about.
Well, what is it?
Well, your mother's with Christina at the house today because Ed didn't want her to go to school.
Why not?
Apparently somebody called the school the other day and said that Christina wouldn't be coming in. And the lady at the school said that the caller had identified himself as Ed, except Ed didn't make the phone call. I mean, it's probably just a mistake that the lady made, or, I mean, it's somebody's idea of a joke. But anyway, Ed didn't want to take any chances.
But who would do something like that? Why?
We don't know.
So the school didn't expect her to come in that day?
And we don't know what it means, if it means anything at all, but Ed just feels that she should be kept at home until we find out exactly what's going on.
Mom is with her now, that's why she didn't come.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why would somebody do something like that? Oh, this scares me. I don't like this. I should be there with her.
I'm so glad you came.
Darling.
Oh, just hold me. I need you so much.
Why are you so upset? Your father was angry because you told him our plans, right?
Yes. He said such things.
Darling, you didn't expect him to approve, did you?
No. May I get you anything?
No. You said that you wanted to talk. What is it?
Where were you yesterday? Diane didn't even know where I could reach you.
Well, I did some work at home, and then I had some meetings to go to.
Is it about the same problem you've been worried about all these weeks?
Yes.
Is it still on your mind?
Yes.
Alan, I wish I knew what it was. I want to help you.
There's nothing you can do.
Alan, my father said some things. He believes them. I don't think he's right, but I think you ought to know about them.
What did he say?
Well, he doesn't believe that Roger Thorpe died from his gunshot wounds. He thinks something happened to him in your clinic, that one of your doctors, Dr. Moreno, may have murdered him.
Murdered him? That's ridiculous.
That's what my father thinks.
But why would Moreno want to harm Roger?
My father thinks he was taking orders from you.
Well, he's wrong.
Alan, when we were together on the island, when you had that fever and you'd have those nightmares and you'd talk, you would talk about Roger and Dr. Moreno all the time. You seemed to get very agitated by it. Why were they on your mind?
I was upset by Roger's death. Perhaps I felt a little guilty. After all, he died in my clinic. In a sense, that makes me responsible.
Then you didn't want him dead.
Of course not. Why would I want him dead?
Well, my father thought that he knew something and that you were frightened of him.
That's simply not true.
Sometimes when you had those dreams, you would talk about affidavits. You would say Roger had some affidavits, and that would upset you a lot.
Darling, he was a very important man in my company. He had access to very important documents. And he was unstable emotionally. So naturally, I was worried. Now, is that what's been troubling you?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think you should talk about this with your father anymore. I mean, obviously, he dislikes me so much that he's unable to make an unemotional judgment about it. And it's upsetting you. Look, he has no proof of what he's accusing me of, simply because it's not true.
There's something else I think you should know about. My father got a court order to have Roger's body exhumed. The police pathologist is going to do an autopsy on him to find out the exact cause of his death.
Have they already exhumed the body?
They're going to do it this morning, and then they're going to do the tests today.
I see. Well, perhaps this will prove once and for all that your father's wrong. Darling, I'm sorry. I've got to go, but I have a meeting.
But do you have to leave me right away?
Yes, I'm already running late.
Well, where can I reach you? Will you be at your office later?
I'm not sure. I'll have to call you, but I would like to come back and see you later this evening, if I can.
All right. Alan, you're not angry with me, are you?
Oh, no, no, no. Why would I be angry with you? It's just that I've got so many things to do.
How about this? I'm an admirer of yours. Who? Okay, here's another clue. I'm tall. I've been told I'm kind of good looking. And I'm crazy about you.
Ooh, well, that could be any number of a great deal of men I know.
Okay, I'm a great dancer. And we've been out to a disco a couple of times.
Oh.
Okay, let's see now. Clue number 11. Now, this is a good one, so listen up. I'm originally from your hometown of Bluefield. I'm now on the staff of a very prestigious hospital right here in Springfield.
Greg, don't you have anything better to do than make these silly phone calls to me?
So listen now. Are you going to go out with me tonight?
Oh, that's what this is about.
Yeah, and I want to warn you something. If you don't say yes, I'm going to come right down to your shop.
Oh, well, then in that case, I have to go, don't I?
Hey, what made you say yes so quickly? I mean, normally you don't.
Oh, well, believe me, it's not your line. I just can't believe a man in your position could do something like this. These stupid phone calls.
So listen, where are we gonna go tonight? Your place or how about mine?
Well, how about neither? Why don't we go to that disco place?
All right. You know something, you really sound up today.
Well, I don't know. I do?
Yeah, you know, you sound like you're really feeling better.
I guess I am.
Oh, is Rita doing okay?
Well, I guess she is. She's in her apartment now.
Oh, wow, great.
Yeah, well, I don't know how great it is. It's just, you know, until she finds something better. It's okay.
Well, I hope now that you will stop worrying about her.
You know, I may even surprise you and not worry at all tonight.
All right. Now, that's what I like to hear. Listen, I'm going to pick you up around 7 o'clock. Is that okay with you?
Okay, that would be great.
Okay. I'll see you then.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
This one? And right there, please.
Here?
Ta-da.
Is that it?
That's it. Congratulations, you have just officially taken possession of your inheritance.
Funny, I don't feel a bit different.
Well, you can expect your first dividends next month, and according to the company's past earnings, this right here is what you can expect to receive every month.
Every month?
That's right. And, I suggest that you keep the stock certificates themselves in a bank safety deposit box. I can do that for you this afternoon, if you wish.
Fine.
Okay. Now, as for the earnings, Amanda, I doubt highly that you'll be able to spend it all, even if you try. So I've taken upon myself to look into some short-term investments, and maybe we should sit down and do some looking into diversifying.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'll get it, Mother. Hello? Ben, hi. How are you? How's your father? Yeah, I see. No, that's too bad. I was hoping that you'd be coming back sometime this week. No, I understand. Well, I'm sure it's wonderful for them to have you home. Ben, stop it. Really. Don't worry about the money. No, really, listen to me. Your father's ill and your family has been through a very bad time. I don't want you to worry about it. Forget about it. I mean it, Ben, please. Well, we'll talk about it when you get back. All right. Keep in touch, all right? Tell me how everything's doing. All right. Goodbye, Ben. Ben's going to be staying in Nebraska for another week or so.
Why?
He doesn't feel like he can leave his family right now. Ross, do you think that we could discuss investments at another time? I don't feel up to it right now.
Yeah, sure. If it's all right with you, I'm going to keep these in the safe over at the office.
Fine.
Shall I come back this evening? I mean, maybe then you can bring yourself to concentrate on investment strategies.
Well, I don't want to work you overtime.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, there are some decisions that should be made right away.
All right.
Good. I'll see you this evening. Lucille, it was nice to see you.
I'll see you this evening.
I can let myself out.
Bye, Ross.
Well, he's a very hard-working man.
Well, I think he's right. I do need advice about what to do with my money, how to invest it.
Yes, I have no doubt about that. I'm more sure of that all the time.
And what do you mean by that?
I was referring to your call just now. Ben. I couldn't help it overhear.
Overhear what?
Have you lent Ben money?
I don't want to talk about that, Mother.
Then you have. And what did you mean, forget about it? Those were your words, weren't you?
Mother, I told you I do not want to discuss it with you.
Does Ross know about this? Does he approve? Does your lawyer approve? And how much money?
Mother!
Amanda, you are very, very naive. You're going to regret this. Mark my words.
Roger? They're going to open the coffin. Maybe they've already found out. Roger's got to get out of town. Maybe he couldn't get near the child. Maybe he's left without her. He hasn't gone. Where is he? What's he doing?
We'll continue with part 2 of The Guiding Light in a moment. The Guiding Light. This portion is presented by squeezably soft Charmin bathroom tissue. And by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way.
Hillary, how'd you like to go out tonight?
Sure, where do you want to go?
I didn't mean that. Look, Mark's supposed to come over tonight, and we're supposed to rehearse the puppet show.
Oh, terrific.
I was hoping we could be alone.
Oh, in other words, you want me to buzz off?
Yeah. Just for a couple of hours. Come on, we gotta practice.
Practice what?
Very funny.
Look, if you're going to rehearse the puppet show, I'd really like to stay and watch it. But if you're going to rehearse something else, I wish you'd at least be honest, so I know why I'm getting kicked out of my own apartment.
Well, I don't really know what to say.
Katie!
Well, come on, let's face it. He hates doing those puppet shows. I practically had to chase him with a net yesterday. And I'm tired of chasing him. I'd like him to do a little chasing for a change. I need a little affection for a change.
Well, if you don't watch it, you're going to get a lot more affection than you bargained for.
It's better than not being wanted.
You don't have to get so desperate about it.
Well, I am desperate. Do you realize that I've dated him for 2 years now? And all I've gotten is a peck on the cheek. I'm tired of playing hard to get. I think it's not getting me anywhere.
Oh, boy.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I just thought you didn't want to be another Mark Hamilton conquest.
I don't.
Well, it sounds that way to me, Nana. I mean, you're going to be just another notch on this guy's belt. You're playing right into his hands.
So maybe it's what I want.
Really?
You know what I really want?
Hmm.
I'd like him to propose. I know it's not very likely. It goes against everything he believes in. He hates being tied down. He wants his stinking freedom. And unfortunately, there's an awful lot of women out there willing to give him what he wants on his terms. So what's he need marriage for, right? And that's exactly how he thinks about it, too. He's got everything he wants just the way he wants it.
Who knows?
Who knows what?
Who knows? Maybe he feels that there's something in his life that's missing.
Like what?
Well, Katie, I think deep down everybody wants something permanent, you know? They want to feel that there's someone who really cares about them.
Yeah, most people maybe, but I'm not so sure about Mark.
Have you ever told him just how you feel about him?
Are you kidding?
Have you?
No, I haven't told him.
Why not?
If I told him, he'd run.
Oh, come on. How do you know that?
I know. I know.
Katie, maybe you're not giving the guy a break. I think you might just be too busy playing games.
Oh, come on, I had to play those games.
Look, why don't you just tell him how you feel? Tell him that you love him and you want him to marry you.
Oh, come on.
Well, it's the one thing you haven't tried, just being honest with him. Give him a break. What's the matter, you chicken? Hi.
Hello, Diane.
You're going to see Mike?
Yes, he's handling my divorce, remember?
Yes, I know. Well, this must be a difficult time for you.
Why?
The divorce.
I'm doing fine.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing fine, too.
What, with your job or with Alan?
No, I never know how to answer questions like that.
You still expect Alan to marry you one day, don't you? You know he's involved with someone else.
But you mean Hope Bauer? If you think that's serious, you're crazy.
Oh, and you think it's not?
Jackie, Alan has had flings before. I guess he always will. He's certainly not going to marry Hope.
No? Why?
Well, for one thing, because she's a Bauer.
Oh. Well, you have it all figured out. Nice talking to you.
He's crazy. And he's frightened. God knows what he'll do. Maybe he's gone. Maybe he just left his things here and got on the plane without them.
Yes, I want the number of Fielding Charter Flights. It's a private plane company here in Springfield. Thank you. Hello, yes. Has the charter flight for Montreal left yet? I see. Well, has Mr. Green notified you when he intends to leave? I'm a friend of Mr. Green's. Thank you. He's still in Springfield. But where?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Listen, about this morning, I didn't contact Neil Blake in time. He got here just after you left. Anyway, it's really not a problem. He left these here for you to sign, and he said you should call him if you have any questions.
All right.
Well, that makes the inheritance official. I'm sure you're glad to have that settled.
Yes.
And Neil said that Amanda will be getting hers today, too. All that stock. Let's hope she votes it wisely. Alan?
What?
You don't look well. What's wrong?
Well, I've been working hard, that's all. I'm tired. I haven't been getting enough sleep.
I wish you'd let me help.
There's nothing you can do.
You know, you might be surprised. I handled quite a few things this year that you didn't think I could handle.
I know, but I'm afraid this is different.
Were you able to reach Hope Bauer?
Yes. It was nothing important, so don't worry about it.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting there, Jackie. I was taking care of some very important business.
Mike, I'm really worried about this.
Well, so am I, but she won't listen to me.
Well, if she marries Alan, she's going to be very deeply hurt. I think I know a way to handle it.
How?
Well, if we delay the divorce proceedings, then Alan can't marry her if he's still married to me.
Yeah, Jackie.
Well, look, it won't solve the problem permanently, but at least it'll give Hope time to think and to get to know Alan. I think that'll help.
You haven't changed your ideas about divorcing him?
No, of course not. No, a delay would just not be that much of a hardship, that's all.
I tell you, I appreciate it. And I'm inclined to accept, but maybe I should try to handle another way first.
Mike, you know, she's going to want to marry him the minute the divorce goes through.
I'm just going to do what I can to stop it, that's all.
What would you do?
Well, I don't think you want to know.
Of course I do. What?
Well, I feel that Alan's been involved in some things that I know you don't think he's involved in. We talked about it before you were married.
Yeah, I know, I remember.
Well, if I can prove that, I think she'll change her feelings about you.
Oh, Mike, excuse me. A call just came from the pathologist at the lab.
Oh, was he on the phone?
No, he left a message here. He said that Roger Thorpe's coffin was being taken to the lab.
Well, that took long enough. Okay, thank you. Excuse me, I have to go and make a phone call and
Sure.
take off. I'll see you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, Evie.
Hello.
Just about ready to come down and pick you up. What, you couldn't wait?
That's not it. No, I have something here to show Katie.
Oh, okay. I've got about a couple more things to do, and then I'll be ready to go in 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, that'd be great.
Don't run away.
Big plans tonight?
Just dinner and dancing.
Oh, just dinner and dancing.
Come on, Katie. Listen, I have something here to show you, so take a look.
Oh, yeah? What is it? What's this?
That is called a book holder. Goes like this, and you stick the book in here.
Aha! You think I need one of these?
I think you said you wanted a present from Mark Hamilton, right?
Oh, yeah, Mark, yeah.
Well, this is great. I mean, look at this. This is handmade, beautiful wood. And I thought you told me that he read a lot, right?
Mm-hmm. Is it more than $1.95?
Yes, more than $1.95.
I'm not spending more than $1.95 on Mark Hamilton.
What is this? You've had a fight with Mark?
No, not really.
You don't like him anymore?
I wish. He's coming over tonight.
Well, good.
Well, it's not that good. It was like pulling teeth to get him there. How do you do it anyway?
How do I do what? Pull teeth?
No. I mean, Dr. Fairbanks. He's really crazy about you.
Oh. Katie, would you please?
Come on. You can't fool me. He's asking you out all the time. He does. I listen to him on this phone here. You have good times. He's really after you.
Yeah? And you don't seem to understand that I've known him since I was a kid. I mean, we grew up together in Bluefield.
But you're not a kid anymore.
Yeah, but I still know him.
Yeah, but you can't tell me it's just two buddies, you know, with a beer and a trip down memory lane.
I didn't say that either.
So are you serious?
No.
Well, then what is it? I mean, he's obviously crazy about you, so how do you do it?
It's because I wear this skunk oil perfume, and, you know, he just goes crazy every time he sees me.
Seriously, do you play hard to get, or what do you do? What do you do?
Katie, I can't believe you're asking me how to handle men.
Well, why not? I need some advice. I'm facing a difficult decision tonight.
With Mark.
Who else?
I'm just afraid you've asked the wrong person for advice in that department.
But, Evie, every unmarried girl in this hospital wants to go out with Greg Fairbanks, and he wants to go out with you, so you've got to be doing something right.
Well, I'm going to come up again tomorrow.
Good.
It just gets harder and harder all the time to say goodbye, to go off and leave you here.
Don't say it. I know, for me too.
I know, but I just wish we were married.
Well, Mike says there might be a new trial. I could even be released soon.
I know, and it's better for us to wait.
It shouldn't take too long. The judge has got to make some kind of ruling.
I know, but I just hate all the delays, that's all.
I know. So do I. You know, something happened to me when I first came here. I just lost all hope. I felt resigned to this.
Yeah, I know, but that's changing, isn't it?
Yes, although it makes it a little harder because I keep imagining myself somewhere else, at home with Christina. Free. I can feel it.
It's going to happen, too.
Yeah. Now, I'm not resigned anymore. I want to get out of here.
I know.
Pete, this phone call to the school, what do you make of that?
I don't know. It could be just some kind of prank.
But who would do something like that? The whole thing gives me some creepy feeling.
But the important thing is that we at least know the call was made and that Ed has taken the necessary precautions for it.
But I wish I could be there. I feel so helpless.
But your mother is there with Christina.
Oh, I know, but Rita's never there, and Ed is always at the hospital. I mean, just the idea of the two of them alone in that house.
I know, but it doesn't do any good to think that way, does it?
I know. Oh, if only I could be there.
Mike.
Alan?
Well, I gather you've been rather busy lately.
Yeah, usually am.
I mean, I hear that you've gotten a court order to have Roger Thorpe's body exhumed.
That's right.
Seems like an odd thing to do. What do you expect to find?
Well, we'll know soon enough. The pathologist is doing an autopsy to determine the cause of death.
You know very well the cause of death.
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll know tonight. I suppose Hope told you.
Yes. Mike, if you're going through all of this rigmarole in order to discredit me with your daughter...
That's not the only reason, Alan.
Well, let me tell you, I would never do anything to hurt Hope.
Where's Thorpe's body?
It's not here yet.
Well, why not? What happened?
Well, they had to use the canyon road from the cemetery. I imagine it's tough driving with all this snow.
Yeah, well, I mean, have you heard from us? Everything all right?
What could happen? They're going to be here late, that's all.
Yeah, okay. How long is this going to take, do you know?
Well, I'll probably be here most of the night. You might just as well go on home.
No, I want to be here.
You really think I'm going to find something, don't you?
I don't happen to think he died as a result of those gunshot wounds.
Well, like I told you, we're going to have problems with this one.
I know it, I know.
No, I don't think you do.
No, I know it should have been done earlier, Doc.
Yeah, it's just going to make anything harder to find now, if there's anything to find. I mean, suppose some doctor at Spaulding's clinic did kill Thorpe. Well, he probably gave a lot of thought to it. He probably had access to virtually anything, any drug that he wanted. And he certainly realized that there are drugs that don't leave any trace in the body, so what would he use? I mean, what would you use?
Yeah, but maybe he assumed that there'd never be an autopsy.
Thorpe was a very notorious man in his way. The rapes, shootings. I think anybody who'd want to put him out of the way would be very careful about it.
Yeah, but maybe the good doctor knew the coffin would be sealed.
Maybe. I just doubt it, that's all. Look, take my advice. Go home, get some sleep. I'll call you first thing in the morning, okay? Oh, what's that? Is that Thorpe's body?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Now, look, this is going to take a while.
That's all right, I'll wait.
The coffin's sealed. We're going to have to open it in the lab.
Okay.
Where is he? He's got to leave the country before they find out. He doesn't care about the child. He'll leave without her if he knows the trouble he's in. Unless he panics. He's crazy. He may think I've gone to the police, that I've had the body exhumed. I should have gotten the gun away from him. He's crazy.
Roger? Roger, something's happened. You've got to get out of here. He's still here somewhere. But where?
You going to put her to bed with her clothes on?
Yeah.
Well, it's very cold outside tonight. Should keep her very warm. You're putting her to bed awfully early tonight.
She has the sniffles.
Oh. Just like you,
Yeah.
Well, it'll make her feel better. What about you? How do you feel? Are you tired?
No.
No. Well, you don't have any temperature. And I think maybe when you have your dinner and you have a good night's rest, that's going to fix you up just fine.
She's my daughter.
It's a little early for dinner tonight. Why don't I read you a story?
Okay, but how about 2 stories?
2 stories? All right, 2 stories.
She's my daughter.
This has been The Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, National Handbag Association, and Barney's. Stay tuned for One Day at a Time on most of these CBS stations. Be sure to be with us Monday for another full hour of The Guiding Light.